This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com with a big daily wrestling news update. By the way, if you haven't seen the video footage of Ric Flair being kicked out of the pizza place, I think it's called Paisanos in Gainesville, Florida, yesterday, I put the link in the description. Prior to getting booted out, where he's finally booted out for threatening the bartender and calling him dipshit, among other words, and asking him to go out in the parking lot. Another customer actually says that he would take Ric Flair to the parking lot, but Ric Flair seemed to ignore it. But prior to that, he supposedly spilled drinks on a 4-year-old, wooed in a grandmother's face, and told off a chef and spent $1,500. So you're spending that much at a pizza place. Most of it has got to be on alcohol. Uh, Jerry Lawler commented on his WWE status. It came out yesterday. They did not renew his commentator's contract. He was most recently on WWE TV on November, announcing the NXT Iron Survivors qualifying matches. He also appeared in front of the crowd in Memphis when Raw was there in August. But other than that, they haven't used him due to his health issues. He basically said he's probably done with WWE. He didn't comment on if he still has a Legends contract or not, but he's basically saying, quote, "My WWE career has most likely come to an end," end quote. Now we know his good buddy and best broadcast partner, Jim Ross, is in AEW. It would be great to see them in AEW. We know that Tony Khan hardly uses Jim Ross. Jim Ross is one of the guys that are hardly used at all. But here's something funny. I was actually listening to Wrestling Observer Radio today. There's another AEW guy that's like only been used once, and supposedly he's under contract. This African American guy here, um, EJ Anduka, something like that is his name. Uh, he's had like one match in a year of AEW. So they have so many guys under contract they're absolutely not using. And notice he's big. Tony Khan has something against like big guys. He likes to use the smaller guys. Guys like Jake Hager, like hardly being used. Apparently NXT has released a wrestler named Boa who has been with the WWE since 2016. Was a Chinese recruit from the time that he started wrestling. Just another one of these guys that just is useless, I guess. And also I heard John Cena, who is a big proponent of WWE going to China, where by the way they skin dogs alive because the adrenaline that they have from the fear of being skinned alive apparently makes them taste better, and they boil them alive too. Um, but apparently that's one of the places where WWE has not had success internationally, and John Cena felt like he was kind of a failure there. We heard that WWE is doing great as far as local governments paying for shows. Meltzer has confirmed that AEW is not getting offers like that of local governments paying for shows, which is one reason we're not really seeing them go to Europe where the market is hotter, other than their Wembley Stadium show. But you would think that since they're really doing actually pretty bad for live crowds overall lately, that they would look at more international places where wrestling doesn't come as much. They are in Edmonton tonight for Dynamite, which they actually have 4,000 pre-sold, which Edmonton is one of the best wrestling cities in the world. And this week, but they haven't announced any matches to my knowledge. So, and it'll be interesting to see who actually comes that's on the poster. Let's see who's on the poster. And by the way, they're in Vancouver Saturday. which is one of their biggest crowds in a very, very long time. Let's take a look at the poster here. Sorry. Let's break it down and then let's look at it again tomorrow after it happens and see who shows up. I'm sorry. I just hate that they false advertise so many people for the shows here. Let's see how many people. Oh my God. Sorry guys. I'm doing this on the fly. This is on their actual ticket site. See who they're advertising. Christian, Chris Jericho, Ryan Danielson, Will Ospreay, Paige, John Moxley. I don't know who those others are at the bottom. But it'll be interesting to see how many of those actually show up. I bet I haven't heard anything about. I mean, I could see Edge showing up. We're going to see who shows up. But let's take a look. As of today, I just took this off of their website right now. These are the people AEW is advertising on the official Edmonton website that are going to show up. So let's see. All right. Get into your comments. Oh, by the way, there was a big it's very rough in Japan right now as far as interest in wrestling. 6 companies put on a show at Budokan Hall this week and only had 5,000 fans. Oh, and also Jeff Hardy, according to Matt Hardy, speaking of lost AEW wrestlers, has been cleared to return. They're just not using him. So, God forbid you use people that are over like Jeff Hardy. Alfred, hello. Charles, I am going to be wrestling twice this year. Well, this summer, more than twice this year, I'm sure. Today was actually my month, and today is 31 days in a row at the gym, and I already did a great workout today. But yeah, June 29th, I'm wrestling in Napanee, Ontario, and August 31st in Petawawa, Ontario, on a show that will feature the Warlord, former WWE superstar, and that's the poster for the Napanee one. As I look at the other comments, what does Ashley, think about her dad? She's got to be embarrassed about this most recent thing. And sadly, Ric Flair's alcoholism and being a terrible father clearly has to do with Reed's death. You cannot say Ric Flair was a good father. If he claims he's had sex with 10,000 women, think about this. He's had 5 wives. How many days could he have been faithful? Like, was he even faithful one day? Young macho savage, embarrassing how Rick still acts like an entitled rich white man. I just don't like how he acts like he's better than everybody else. But it makes me think when we watch him act like this, now that there's cell phones, he's probably always acted like this, and just only the people that had direct experience with him knew about it. Because as I've said a million times before, and he is one of the greatest heels of all times. A lot people were more like their characters in the old days, which actually made it more entertaining. But like if cell phones had existed in the 80s, it'd be a lot different. Doosan, there has been a few scenes done for the movie. I think August 31st in Petawawa, we're gonna film the wrestling scene. I was falsely accused of something that I had to get cleared of, which I am fully cleared of, and the person that made the false accusations against me got 3 charges. So not only did they make false allegations, they were found guilty of 3 charges. But that kind of screwed up my life the past 2 years, dealing with the slow court system and a lot of legal fees. So now that that crap is over, I can get back to wrestling and doing the movie. Which again, for people that think I've thrown in the towel on the movie, I've already spent like close to 15,000 Canadian on the various parts about the movie. So I'm not going to just give up on my investment there. Please give this video a like and give me your prediction. Give me your predictions on how many of those people from the poster for AEW Dynamite today, 5:22 p.m. today. This is who they're advertising on the official arena's website. Let's see how many people they're false advertising tonight.